Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So since the price of Bitcoin is doing pretty much exactly like what we talked in my yesterday's video, now what to expect next? Because if you have watched my video from yesterday, we were calling this price retracement to come across this 37,000 area because we knew that around this T1 area, which is the first vertical target from this bump and run reversal top, because according to the bump and run reversal top in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has failed to find support at this rising trend line, after that we have seen a price retracement, and this exactly also happened here in price action of Bitcoin, where we got gravitated towards this take profit target 1, and according to the next target, which is lying between this 36,000, will the price of Bitcoin also test this line before again choosing a trend direction? Because right now what I want to show you, not just only through this bump and run reversal top, but also looking at this price action in a bigger time frame. Right now, one very important scenario is being flashed, because according to this Bitcoin price action in a weekly time frame using this 50 weekly moving average and 200 weekly moving average, in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has failed to find support at this 50 weekly moving average, after that we have always got gravitated towards this 200 weekly moving average before starting this new markup phase. Again, you can see very similar scenarios unfolded. Price failing to find support at this 50 weekly moving average. After that, reversal towards this 200 weekly moving average. Similar scenario unfolded here. Support at this 50 weekly moving average. Failing to find further support brought the price towards this 200 weekly moving average. And in our case, a very similar scenario is being flashed. I mean, since the price of Bitcoin has already broken the support from this 50 weekly moving average, is this also a sign that the price of Bitcoin could be getting gravitated towards this 200 weekly moving average? I mean, a price retracement towards this 200 weekly moving average before again starting this new markup phase. Because if you monitor the price movement right now, let me show you this one here. For example, if you go back here from 2014 and simply monitor this price movement, when we got this retracement towards this 50 weekly moving average, what we had a relief rally. This relief rally could not continue longer, and as soon as the support got broken, we got retraced towards this 200 weekly moving average. Similar scenario unfolded here. Price retraced towards this 50 weekly moving average, saw this relief rally, and after that got retraced towards this 200 weekly moving average. Again, as you can see in 2009 as well, support at this 50 weekly moving average, relief rally could not last longer, and then got retraced towards this 200 weekly moving average. And right now, if you look in our case, you can see we also had a very similar price movement. I mean, a support at this 50 weekly moving average was a really nice movement, also made a new all-time high, but now this pullback has already failed to find support at this 50 weekly moving average, and failing to find support at this 50 weekly in the past Bitcoin price action has led to a pullback where the price of Bitcoin has got gravitated towards this 200 weekly moving average. We don't know how long the price of Bitcoin is going to take to approach towards this 200 weekly moving average, if it's going to happen. So right now, this is one scenario what we have to monitor closely, because we know right now, since the price has already failed to find support at this 50 weekly moving average, if it is going to repeat just like here from 2014, 2018, 2019, then this is also a big sign of danger here in a weekly time from Bitcoin. And beside this one here also, guys, I have talked about this market cycle. Let me show you one more time. So now let's look at this price action using this Wyckoff's market cycle, because according to the Wyckoff market cycle, we are aware the price of Bitcoin right now is showing this consolidation between this horizontal channel where the upper line has acted as a strong line of resistance and lower line has acted as a strong line of support. So now the question here is, if the price of Bitcoin is going to see this retracement towards this 36,000 to 37,000 range, right, there is another strong line of support lying around for Bitcoin, and we are also aware in that case we could be retesting the support from this bump and run reversal top, the T1 area, which is also lying around this 37,000 area one more time before price chooses any sort of a trend duration in immediate short term, because we know if the price of Bitcoin is going to find a proper support above this 37,000 range, then according to this example from this Wyckoff, we could be seeing some sort of a movement where the price of Bitcoin is going to be approaching again towards the upper line area, right? And then faking out, liquidating all the longs and continue this movement here in this manner towards this new accumulation phase. Because if you monitor the price movement here, you can see very clearly the way the price of Bitcoin has moved. Similar to this one here, before forming this consolidation phase, we also had this spring action where the price of Bitcoin got retraced higher, and after this consolidation we started this downward price movement. So that is also reason right now, as we can see, this spring action has already played out and we are also consolidating between this horizontal or parallel channel. So if the price of Bitcoin is going to see any sort of a movement, then this is something what could be also playing out here in price action Bitcoin according to this Wyckoff market cycle. But if we look at the price here in a bit different way, let me also show you this one interesting chart. So now, before I switch into other chart, I just want to make you aware to all the traders watching this video right now, we have around $8,200 crypto exchange bonus. For example, Bybit is providing around 4,100, which I consider the best one, and also Femex is providing around $4,100 bonus. So the total of $8,200 bonus is provided for you if you sign up using my ref link, and the bonus will be deposited or credited only after your initial deposit. Now let's switch the chart. Now, if you look at this price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame using this ascending channel theory, because according to this ascending channel, I was actually warning you that the price of Bitcoin could be seeing this retracement towards this point D area, and only after that we could be actually talking about some sort of a relief rally to happen. Because according to this Wyckoff, which I just showed you, that right now after retesting the support around this 37,000 area, maybe there could be some sort of a potential relief rally type of price movement playing out here before price again chooses an actual trend duration. And right now, if you look at this ascending triangle, you can see the price did got retraced towards this point D area. And now if the support is going to be there, because we know this rising trend line is a very, very important line of support line, and if the support remains above that, we could be seeing some sort of a relief rally here like this. Then we have to be extremely careful, because getting rejection again around this 45,000 could lead to another bigger price pullback. In that case, right, in that case, the target here to the downside is lying around this 30,000 to 31,000 price area. So that is also a reason right now we have to be very careful, because if it does find any sort of a support around this 36,000 range, then as you can see, we could be expecting some sort of a relief rally again above this 40,000 area before price chooses an actual trend duration. Because we know in a smaller time frame, the lower line of this ascending triangle is very, very important, because I showed you yesterday why. So those who have watched my video from yesterday, I showed you the price movement of Bitcoin using this descending broadening wedge formation, because we knew that the price of Bitcoin here in a daily time frame was forming this descending broadening wedge, where the upper line was acting as a strong line of resistance, lower line was acting as a strong line of support. But what was so important for us was this trend line here. In the past Bitcoin price action, if you follow this trend line, you can see once the price of Bitcoin has failed to find support at this rising trend line, what happened after that? The price of Bitcoin had shown a bigger retracement, right? And now a very similar structure is also unfolding. I mean, the price of Bitcoin is following this rising trend line, which I just showed you with this rising trend line from this ascending triangle. So if the support is going to be there, then you can see we could be actually seeing some sort of a relief rally, but failing to find support at this rising trend line could lead to another price retracement, just like here from past Bitcoin price action. So that is also a reason for us. It's very, very important that the price of Bitcoin remain above this 37,000, because leaving the support or failing to find support above the 37,000, then we could be showing some sort of a free fall type of price movement, where we could be getting approached towards this 30,000 to 31,000 price range one more time before choosing an actual trend duration. So these are some of the important scenarios I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.